Tonight, we're going to be doing some video editing with NVIDIA AI. We are going to take just stay within the NVIDIA AI platform and be able to show you how to do a couple of the editing techniques that we apply for that. Let's see if we can show you that right now. We're going to move on to this page here. And that's not it. Bear with us a second. I want to show you a couple of things. Okay, I'm going to share this video. This is the video that we're going to be editing tonight. I created it a couple of nights ago. I've been doing some editing behind the curtain, so to speak. And tonight we are going to show you a couple of the things that we do to edit that kind of a video. And go here. And I'm going to see if I could just add the platform to it. Let me see, go here. Here. I'm going to replace that running video to with the description. Did not happen. Try it again. Sometimes it's a little tricky. Here we go. Editing, share. Okay, it gave me a folder. And so in here, in this quadrant here, we are going to do the editing that we got going. This is just a B-roll that's running on the background, not related to the video. And this is the video. Okay, did we change it again? Give me 2 seconds. There we go. It should be coming here. Oh, okay. It's been difficult tonight. A little bit slow tonight because all we're doing is some background work. And as you can see here, we got the list of things that we normally like to edit when we see when we have the video. So replace by a screen share. That one. Okay, now we have the video. So first let's go to it. And so one of the things that we want to do is to do some little quick preview to see what we want to change.
Appointments, long shifts, and
okay, that's enough. It's a little bit slow tonight, but it doesn't really matter. So when we go here, let's look at the list of things that we could change. If you concentrate on this section right here, we could change the one of the biggest changes. I'm not going to talk to all of them because you could change. You could change the pace of the media and stuff like that. But one of the biggest ones that will lower your costs, if you're getting like towards the end of the month, you don't have enough credit to create a lot of videos and you have a lot of ideas, is to lower your iStock usage. And you lower your iStock usage either by asking the system to use like 0 iStock. You enter that into the command. They call it the magic box, which is basically right in here, right in this area. You have to do an edit first of all. You have to go in the edit mode. And in here, they call the magic box. You can do all kinds of different stuff here by just entering a command. And one of the commands that you could enter basically is to lower the iStock level to 0. So that's another one thing you could do. And then the next thing that I'm actually going to do for this one is to change the voiceover, right? I do have like an avatar that I like to use. So I'm going to call that use Victor's voiceover and see what you guys can see the difference right now. Listen to this.
Constantly being needed by everyone else. The last
So if you want to use your voiceover, you just enter, say use whatever name you have given it. Let's see if it picks it up. So see, now it says it's loading it, right? Apparently it found it. So it does takes a few minutes. This video is 11 minutes total, but it does it pretty quickly. So we're going to make some changes to this tonight and then see how far we get. So you see it's applying it. It's updating the voice. It's in chapter 1 right now. So as it goes through, you go chapter by chapter by chapter, and it will change the voice to the voiceover that I have already preloaded with my voice. It's going to sound a little bit different because I do have a little bit of a sore throat. So, but it is a nice pace for the video that you should be able to maintain. So, see, Victor will sort of apply. So, it changed all of them. So let's listen to the narration a little bit.
Is another side hustle that turns into a second full-time job. And that's exactly why I ignored Amazon for almost 2 years. I thought it was saturated.
It didn't do it. It says done, so I don't know what's going on. Let's continue on. It'll probably pick it up at the end.
Most veterans I know don't have a motivation problem. They have an exhaustion problem. Because after years...
It did change the voiceover slightly. Not to my avatar, but it did change it, so it don't matter. What I wanted to show you is that there's a way to make a change to that. So there are other things that could change. If I go down the list over here, other things that we could change. Okay, we could change the narration. I already said that. You could make it different accents, things of that nature. You could increase the background music to 80% or lower it to 60% or whatever percentage you want. Now, the thing that's important, text editing, right? I usually like to have subtitle with my video. So let's go back and see if we have subtitle on this one. Most of the time I don't get subtitle. So let's check it out.
Of structure, deployment...
No subtitle, so I'm going to add the subtitle. You could add different type of subtitle. I'm just going to add the basic one because I want to move forward and get this thing kind of processed. So it says adding the subtitle. So it's doing across all chapters, starting with the first one. So it says that it's done. So you can see it right there the way it popped up. So the changes that you do make in this magic box here, it gets picked up.
I know don't have a motivation problem. They have an exhaustion problem. Because after years of structure, deployments, long shifts, and constantly being...
So that's one change that you can make, and it's really apparent right off the bat. So let's take a look at what else we could do. I may not make all the changes that are possible. I just want to show you what they are. So like I said, you could change the size, the style. You can make some animation to pop up in a single word. That might be a kind of an interesting one. Raise your hands if you want to see it. I want to see it. Okay, I've never done this before. I don't know why I highlighted it, because I really wanted to just check it out. Let me see what it does. This could be kind of it either damages the video or it makes it better, right? But we have another button that I'd like to show you in a few minutes if we don't like what's going on. Okay, so it's doing that. It says that it's done. Go back to the beginning. Done. Oh, it's not done. Done yet. Okay, subtitle now. They'll pop up. Let's see what happens. So they kind of, when this type of subtitle, they kind of, it's one word at a time, which is kind of just popping up as a person is speaking, which is a little bit different. That's okay. I guess you didn't see that. Did you see that? Let me see that. You didn't see that. I gotta go back and show you. So I'm changing the screen right here. So take a look at this section right here, and you'll see the title, the subtitle pop up.
And that's exactly why I ignored Amazon for almost...
You see that? It's one word at a time, so it pops up word at the beginning. So that's the beauty of it. You could change to different types of subtitles, and they just one of it. Now, you also could change the creative direction. You could start with a serious tone and then make it more hilarious. I never tried that. Not that I'm going to do it tonight, but just know that you could do that, and you can change the actual scenes. Now, this is the big button I wanted to show you. You could undo some of the work. If you don't like what you just did, you type undo, and it would get rid of the prior edits. I'm not going to do that because I want to just move on. But I want to let you know that could be a very powerful edit in there. Let's see, understand, localize English, change format, vertical to 916. You could do that again. This video, I don't want to do that because it's 11 minutes. It's kind of a long video for me. You can make it shorter. Excuse me. The shorter you can make it is 15 seconds. The longest you can make it is 20 seconds. Now you could add, remove, and change the position and size of the subtitles. That's a good one. Now, that's something that we just talked about. But what I wanted to show you, by the way, this is something that, this is some boxes like similar to what you guys were looking at. But what I wanted to show you on this one here is how to change some of the images. I've shown some of this before, but I'm quite sure not everyone has seen it. If you do the edit button here, now I want to edit the media because that's usually the number of things that sometimes it comes in and it may not be 100% the way that I want it, or I've seen this kind of B-roll before, like for example, this one is okay. Usually you want to read what's going on in the background. Then you could say, you could click here. You could delete it if you want as a whole, but you don't want to do that, right? You want to, you got here, I haven't shown you how to use stack button. You could go to the stack button here, and you could potentially change the media, right? So here they're talking about exhaustion. So I'm not sure how a truck actually does that. For me, it may not do that. I think it was talking about exercises. Probably I could replace it with that one, which kind of make more sense to me. So I'll move on to the next one. Don't share constantly being needed by everyone else. So that's kind of okay there. Not a big deal. I'm just going to use stock media today to kind of make the point. Like, for example, something that you could do in the stock media that may not be possible in the other one is this. Okay, if you search for everyone and see what happened, every, which seems to be the key word there. So, like for example, here they're talking about the loan shift. I've been needed by everyone. So kind of maybe a multitude of people like saying, oh, we need you kind of stuff, maybe a little better than the one that they have there. Like for example, I kind of like, let me see, talk about needs, look like a family environment kind of stuff. That could be it. It could be that, or it could be something else. So it's fine. That one's okay. That one's okay. This one is just kind of sticky. The word saturated. Okay, so like if I search for, am I locked? Let me save the changes. I don't know what happened. So it did say my changes, so that's okay. This one here, the word saturated. So the stack, the media that you have there were automatically picked by the AI. So it doesn't mean that necessarily pick the right one. So you kind of want to, sometimes they did. So you kind of say, okay, that's the best picture they have, you keep it. But if it's another picture that kind of make the point a little better, you want to change it, right? So nothing seems appears to be any better than what's there. Saturated just means it's a lot of it put together. So no point in changing that one. So let's move on to. I thought employee giant stone. So this one, I'm not sure what this is showing. Okay, let me go back up. So warehouses. Sometimes this could be a laborious process. I'm not going to probably show you everything, but so now this is a little more thing here, right? So they're talking about warehouses. So you have different choices. Like for example, that one seems to do better justice to what's going on. Next one, making quiet money. So quiet money has to do with money. I'm not sure what that is doing right there. So if I put the word money here, I see what's available. So I could just put that in there. It's different kind of money, but it could be monopoly money, but not U.S. money. But you get the picture of what I'm talking about, though. Right? Or I could just put the word money, but I think the symbolism is better. This one says, "Questions why they aren't making any more, making any less." So I think they're still talking about money there, so I'm going to change it to that. This one here, that's okay. Working less, I'm not sure what that would mean, but let's see what we got here. Maybe working less or vacation. I'm going to try working less and see what happens. We're going to 4 days a week. That makes sense. Nobody tells a veteran when to leave the service. That's okay. You don't just lose your paycheck. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Your rhythm loss. You get the idea, right? So I don't just look for things that I want to change because I may not go with a storyboard. This one is some sort of pattern, basically, is what it is. What's it say over here? Sabbatical leave. Okay. What is that mean? So here is basically I'm trying to, I saw find one that I may want to use, but I want to go back to see if I can find it. This one here, maybe. I don't know. I like this one, so I'm going to keep it up. Talks about it's within the theme of what we're talking about. No. I'm going to see if I can go back and undo this pattern. I don't know what happened if I put this word in here. Okay. I just like that pattern. Maybe you'll do something different. I'm going to keep most of these. Unless I see something that is kind of being reused quite a bit. Like that one seems to be used twice. So this is comments. You attracted my attention, so you are it, buddy. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's about pay. It's about pay. Search engine. We're just kind of checking things out to see them, sure that makes sense. Makes sense so far. There are a lot of B-roll on this one, so if they make sense, you want to keep him. If it doesn't, it's mostly a visual check right now. And then you kind of look at the video a couple of times and see, you may like or dislike something, and then you just keep it and keep going. So, excuse me. I'm not sure what this meant in there. This one like being a Boy Scout. This is placing in the heart. So maybe I'm gonna do that one. This will seem to be okay. No more changes on that one. And I only for this editing, I only want to use stock media based on what we're doing, because this is sort of like a video, and I'm more concerned about the story being told and what applies to it, and the kind of graphic that it that it shows. So making a pass at it and being able to, this one seems to be like it was used already. So I'm gonna look for packaging. As you see, I'm trying to match a keyword with the media and see what comes up. And then you're able to, if you like what's being said compared to what's being done, you just kind of use that instead. Here talking about packaging. So to me, packaging is something that it's a package, not so much whatever is being shown there. I'm going to say this one makes more sense, kind of attracting my attention. Okay, bigger mistake, sell and make, that's fine. Conversion rate is okay. And what you do is the more you kind of work with this media, the more you kind of begin to see it, understand, and be able to make changes on the fly for things that make sense. And sometimes it's a matter of just trial and error, you know. You just want to kind of try to. So why am I getting all this iStack stuff? Give me a second. I don't want to use iStack. It costs me money to use iStack, so I'm going to use a story block instead. Yes, so iStack is more expensive than iStack, so you have to kind of be sure you manage the amount of that. And this is a long video, so there's a lot of different media pool that you have to pull from. But we have a very large library, so it should be fine. Almost to the end over here. I've seen some of these already, so I did a pass already. So as there was some that I kind of wanted to go back and double check and clean up. But for the most part, the media that I have there sort of seems to be matching the storyline that I have. So there's a few of them that I need to change or wanted to change. That's fine. And the reason for that, some of it is repetitive based on some recent video that I posted. Let's see, emotional attachment. Which one's social emotion more than all this? Crazy video. I like crazy video. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to use that one. That one. So here we go. Come on, get me to the end. It's almost there. Sometimes when you kind of do this thing, you kind of say, hey, it's just a lot of background work. But if you don't do this kind of background work, you know, the work that you do, the videos that you have probably won't count for nothing, right? So this is to do with emotions. I'm gonna go here. No, I think it's dealing with the same thing as before. No. Yeah. Wonder what this dark one was. You have to be careful because when you get something like that, meaning there's nothing there. So, business. And that's what you're looking for. You want to be sure that you have visual for each clip that you have, because that's where you lose the people, you know. Huh. I said iStock, and everything that comes out is iStock. I say AI. Oh, Lord. Storyboard. Okay, here we go. This is fine for me. Should we get into the end of the video? Then basically, we should be able to make some changes and be able to get it all done, get it ready for tomorrow night. I was going to try to show you how to do the streaming tonight, but it doesn't look like my time allocated for this is not going to allow me to do that. But tomorrow, I'm going to try to get you to see the streaming of the whole video. I don't know why I'm getting so many iStock, which is not what I want right now. Supposed to limit that to shit. I don't have any to show. Okay, let's move on then. I hate doing that, but oh my God. Hold on. I'm gonna keep talking. So I'm gonna keep looking for iStock and see if I'm able to get any changes to that. It's impossible to find the right one sometimes. Let me see. I just don't want to put in the one that I have there right now. I'm gonna go ahead and go out and change the change it for something else. But I may have to change the feature. So I'm gonna apply, go for generated media, and pick something different. I like that guy. So apply that. Let's move on. And that's the end of it. And I'm going to save it. And we're almost getting to the end. So it's going to save the work. You'll save the work. Already saved it. Let's do one more test to see what's going on.
Years of structure, deployments, long shifts, and constantly being needed by everyone else. The last thing you want is another side hustle that turns into...
Okay, so that's basically some of the graphics that I changed. They'll say iStock on it, so I have to go back and get rid of it. Hold on. Sometimes you make a change and it doesn't work. So you have to just be sure that you go get what you do what you need to do. What's a pixel? I'm gonna replace it with that one. I'm gonna apply, and that was the last change that I'm gonna make for tonight. I'm gonna leave it like that for tonight. Basically, right now the next step will be to perfect it. So you do the download, and then basically, yeah, kind of hit me by another. This is for Will. So I have some iStock in there, so I don't want to do that. You have 26 left. Yeah, I tell you what, it's fine. I'm gonna just move on. Okay, everything can be perfect. So it's gonna take a while, so it's kind of boring to kind of just listen and look at the items being perfected. So with that being said, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to my next video, and I see you when you get there with me. I'm gonna go ahead and